Be preparing for a potential Earth shift. We have these unexpected Schumann signals that are just blasting off. The last time it happened, we had some severe magnitude earthquakes. Let's get into it. This is what we're presented with today. We are having a quantum leap, timeline jump, whatever you want to call it, with higher frequential energy that is coming in, not being able to be measured by the Schumann resonance equipment. But that's not what we're really looking at. We're looking over here at these little blurps, and we're going to get into what that means. These are disturbances in our background bioelectrical field. These signals are connected to volcanoes, earthquakes, tsunamis, ionospheric disturbances, and this can occur before, during, or after. And the last time that we saw these type of disturbances was back in February of 2023. 4 days later, we had a 7.8 and a 7.6 magnitude earthquake in Turkey. Following that, we had some 6s, some 5s. We also had volcanoes erupting during that time. So it has quite a profound effect upon Earth and whatever is boiling up within it. So is this another pre-earthquake signal? When you see things like this in the background bioelectrical field, you know that something is happening. Something is off. You can feel it. I can feel it. Everybody can feel it. Now to the left, this isn't a Schumann spike. This is actually local cloud-based weather activity. After that, this is what we're focused on because these are unusual signals. Very, very unusual. Does not happen. When it does, yet again, something is disrupting this, and we have to get to the bottom of it because usually they are associated with very large earthquakes. But this is a very long duration, and within a lot of different frequencies, it doesn't really happen like this. They don't change like this, and it was about 13 hours long. So definitely a higher amplitude than normal. The signal frequency is changing with not the resonance of Earth. Let me say that again. Lower and higher frequencies, it changes, not normal. Very unusual. The last time that we had these very unusual signals was back in the beginning of February. We had those very large earthquakes afterwards, but these are most likely very powerful frequencies that are coming out of the Earth, not into it. They're producing their own bioelectrical field that can be measurable. It is possible that we are going to have a very powerful energy Earth shift here in the next coming of days. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Schumann resonance changes, but let's get into the new moon because this is also happening on the same exact time that we had the full moon last year. So a lot of plays going into this. It's not just the Earth that is changing. It also has the moon effects that are physically altering the frequency of Earth. And of course, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. So today we have our new moon in Sagittarius energy. This is all about new beginnings, that fresh start that we're all kind of looking for, setting new intentions for the future. Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter. This is a planet of expansion. This is a planet of growth. The new moon's going to bring a sense of optimism around to everybody, a sense of adventure. However, it's time that you notice the triggers that are going to be popping out of you today because we're in the dark phase of the moon. So triggers are going to be prominent. They're going to be pushing out all of that energy that you don't really need, all those fears and those insecurities that are holding you back from your true potential. Your energy field is having a lot of these extra disturbances. Yet again, Schumann resonance plays a part in that of how you physically, mentally, emotionally feel and your manifesting abilities. So today you need to stay focused. You need to go slow today. That's okay if you need to take a nap or you need to just not do anything. Be aware of your present thoughts because they are manifesting everything that you need. But if you're triggered, you're also going to be manifesting that side of it as well. So be aware of your present thoughts of the day. Make sure that you know where your energy is moving. So let's talk about 6 key aspects that this new moon is going to bring you. Number 1 would be those new beginnings. This is a great time to start any type of new project that you are looking towards. Relationships, this is a really good time to freshly start them. Personal transformations are going to be prominent. Number 2 would be intention setting because in particular, the universe is really receptive to your goals, to your desires during this type of phase. So it is time to take like a clarity look at that whatever it is, your aspirations, you need to write them down. Number 3 is that inner reflection. Remember how Jupiter is about expansion and growth? Well, guess what? That has to do with you and transforming. This is encouraging a lot of that introspection, connecting with your inner self and figuring out what you don't really need. Yet again, don't go into those triggers. And of course, number 4 is all about that manifestation. This is a really good time to manifest when you're setting those intentions, right? And it's really good if you can manifest actually under cold water. Yet again, the crystalline structure is very solid, not warm water, okay? But this powerful energy is about visualizing what is coming into you, manifesting all of those desires that you want. Yet again, starting those new projects that may be the stepping stone into what you need. Number 5, emotional cleansing. Okay, this is about releasing all of those old emotions because you're not going to be able to do that until the next new moon phase. Now is the time to do it. Break free of those old patterns that you don't really want. You're like, hey, this is toxic in my relationship, either yourself or what somebody else is doing, and how you no longer really want to resonate with that anymore. It's about boundaries and not being a dick. Number 6 is all about spiritual renewal. With new moon dark phases, this is your chance to kind of reset everything within yourself and your spiritual practices. So yet again, expansion and growth. A new moon is an opportune time to take advantage of clearing out any of that negative energy, making space for those positive vibes. And honestly, it might be a really good idea to create some sort of vision board or use like affirmations to be able to focus on your intentions. But overall, the energy can be a little bit more intense today, especially with these Schumann spikes that are happening. Solar weather is very low. Actually, solar weather is extremely quiet, and our solar observatory is kind of down and out because they got flooded with water. So we're not really getting the best graphics or information from that, which brings a very interesting point, at least into my life and reporting on space weather. Because if we don't have the information, how can we warn you? NOAA doesn't have it. Space Weather Live doesn't have it. Solar Dynamics doesn't have it. Solar Ham doesn't have it. Where do you find the information if it's not online? Is this intentional? Not saying that they're conspiring against us, but are they conspiring against us? Honestly, I think it was just flooded because this has happened in the past and we just have to roll with it for a couple more days. Hopefully they can get all of this back up, but this is what we have today. As you can see, the imagery is not very clear at all, so we have to go on through different satellite systems to kind of get a glance of what we are dealing with. But yet again, solar weather completely dead. Another view at not so great imagery for our sun. Yet again, this is a more in-depth look at what these solar regions look like. Not too much going on. There's a little bit of complexity within like a beta and delta range, a beta and gamma range. No significant solar flares have been noted, and our 3-day geomagnetic forecast is dead. So December 1st, this is what we have today. We may reach into those active G1 geomagnetic storm levels, but pretty much no. And then the same goes for the 2nd and the 3rd. And no, we are not going to have an alien invasion on the 3rd. Don't fall into that timeline. I know that is going around. They said the same thing about Thanksgiving and blackouts. It's a play for you. This is a psyop. Stay the fuck out of that. Stay away from those triggers. That's what the new moon is trying to push into you, especially right now. Because if we're manifesting all of these terrible, chaotic things that are going to be happening on December 3rd, guess what? If the collective goes ahead and takes and runs with that, that's exactly what is going to happen. So let's change that reality. Stay out of those conspiracy theories. Like I said, we need to stay neutral, especially if you are a part of this mission. Stay neutral. Cannot stress it enough. Stay neutral. Love ya.